Hello guys and welcome back to the Hostile Takeover channel. And today I'm here with Simon and his insane 1000 horsepower drag car, Frankenstein. Now, can you explain to me what we've got in front of us here, sir?
Right, Josh, what we've got in front of us here, we've got a 57 Chevy Bel Air. It was a 4-door, it's now a 2-door.
Yeah.
Back doors have been welded up and filled over. And up front, we've got something alien in the car, and hence the name, Frankenstein.
Yep.
We've got a big block Ford. Now, not many people use a Ford in a Chevy.
No.
It's always your way around. People put a Chevy in a Ford.
Yeah.
So we're doing it opposite.
The other way around. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I built it in 2012. It was racing in 2014.
Yeah.
At a site now at well, it's longer gone now. It's all houses, and that was Melbourne Raceway, Shakespeare. Racing there with a stock Ford engine, big block Ford 460.
Yeah.
And it was running 16s, 15s on a good day. And I got a lot of stick by all the people in the pits saying, get that anchor out and get a big block Chevy in there, 454. Yeah. You'll never look
8.8 litre currently, isn't it?
Now it's nearly 9 litre. It's 8.8
wow.
litre.
That's insane.
The original 460
yeah.
is 7 litre 600, 7.6. Now this is running a steel stroker crank, H-beam Carrillo rods, forged pistons at 13:1 compression.
Wow.
Now it's a bit of a monster. Also,
bit of noise here. We've got a bit of a classic bike show going on besides it. Oh wow. This is typical. Just show the audience what's coming past. Look at all these. Wow. Just typical when you're running, isn't it? Suppose I don't know the fact there's a main road here, like, but yeah. Sorry, audience. We'll try again. But yes, come on then. Let's crack on with this.
Yep. So it's now out at 8.8 litre.
Yeah.
That's because of a steel stroker crank.
Yep.
Carrillo H-beam rods, forged pistons. Now that's a good strong setup, and with that the crank is running a girdle. That's a steel frame that holds all the main caps and stops them from walking about.
Yeah.
Also in the engine at the bottom end, it's got a John Case high pressure oil pump to feed all the oil around the engine.
Yeah, he said it comes up through the system and then back round, didn't it? Loops,
yeah,
doesn't
it does.
Yeah.
Now the oiling is a bit bespoke, very bespoke. Now what I've got on this car, I've got two oiling systems. I've got the main oil pump in the engine, but also I've got a secondary pump down by the chassis rail.
Okay. Do you want to bring her in and just show the audience what we're actually dealing with in the engine bay? Right.
Now this oil pump's got two features it does. There's a valve just in front of it. Now when I do a cold start, the first start, I've got a knob in the dashboard. I pull, it pulls the valve open, and what it does, it primes the engine with oil without the engine turning over.
Okay.
So I can get oil pressure on this engine
instantly
without it even turning over.
Yeah.
So all the oil pipes, the coolers are all fed, all pressurized.
Yeah.
So when I come to start it, it's there, got oil.
Okay, instantly.
But also, it has another feature, and that feature is to do with what's happened with the block.
Okay.
Now, as this block is bored out to 80 over, a normal 460 block, you can only take them out to 60, and if you race them at that, they start to crack.
Okay.
Now, this is out at 80. So what?
Is this through stress, sir, or
it's through
heat
stress?
as well?
It's through stress. Now, the cylinder liners, once you start taking a 460 out to 80 over from standard, the cylinder liners get very thin.
Okay.
And very prone for cracking and very prone for chucking a piston out the side.
Okay.
But this engine is different because the block is filled with a special substance called hard block.
Okay.
I brought that from America, and what it is, it's basically, in terms, concrete.
Yeah.
The block is filled with concrete.
It's like a sort of like a slurry mix almost, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a slurry mix with cast iron filings mixed in with it. So the expansion rate is the same as the cast iron block, so it all moves together in the same rate.
Okay.
Now that sets hard, and that puts a big wall around the line.
It's basically like a bunker for the bottom of the engine, essentially, isn't
exactly,
it? Yeah,
exactly. And that just
holds it all in.
Keeps it all together.
Yeah,
keeps it all together. So
fantastic.
basically, if the engine block is that wide,
yeah,
I've got a hole in the middle. It's out to the edges, so it really can't move the liner at all
any further. Yeah,
no, it's got it. But that's just filled
yeah.
to about 13 mil down from the top of the deck faces for one reason, to allow water to go in through and go into the head. So I still got water cooling, but not much of it.
Okay.
But not much of it. So to drive it on the road, I have to do something else. I can keep the top end of the engine.
Yeah, because she is road legal, isn't she?
Road legal, yep. Yeah,
wow.
It's insured, yep. Yeah, and registered. To drive it on the road, I've had to do something else because the oil has no cooling on the liners anymore.
Okay.
So I've had to put another cooler, which is at the back.
Do you want to just bring her in and show the audience what we're dealing with? Because apparently, is it down here, isn't it?
Yeah, it's down there.
Just right at the back. So if you just have a look, you can see it right at the back. Is it?
We've got a separate cooler at the back.
Yeah.
With an electric fan.
Okay.
And that is thermostatically controlled with the same thermostat that brings in the water fan on the radiator, and it pulls the oil out the bottom of the sump, goes through the cooler, cools it, and then puts it back in the top of the sump. So basically, it's just circulating
around
the oil in the sump.
Yeah.
So if I'm in traffic,
when it's idling,
I've got the fan here that's kicked in because the temperature's gone up.
Yeah.
And then with that, I'm also recirculating the oil in the sump to keep that cool.
Okay.
Because the oil would go to an extreme height if it didn't have that. So it would make this engine only just for the strip a quarter mile at a time.
Okay.
I need to drive it on the road. And
another interesting fact is this like this was the engine? Sorry, it's the fuel tank, wasn't it? This is actually a fuel tank.
That's
initially.
right. Yeah. The early gassers of the 60s used to have a spun aluminium. We called them moon tanks because the company Moon made these tanks, a spun aluminium tank. And was always at the front of a gasser.
Yeah.
Now the reason is because the cars of that day ran on alcohol.
Oh wow.
So we've got a bit more of a powerful fuel. And the reason it's at the front is because the burn ratio of alcohol compared to petrol is different. 6-to-1 alcohol, 12-to-1 petrol.
Yeah.
Now if the tank was in the boot, under acceleration,
takes too long.
You couldn't pull the fuel forwards under acceleration to feed the engine. So basically what happened, it leaned out.
Yeah. So basically, audience, the engine would starve of fuel, essentially. That's what it's trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, starve of fuel.
Yeah.
So they put the tank at the front, so gravity puts the fuel to the engine.
Okay.
Into the fuel pump. So that's an iconic piece to have.
Sat on the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I've got that. It's basically a very elaborate number plate holder. And secondly,
it does look amazing. It does look really good.
Secondly, it's my breather tank. Now I've got 3 breathers sat on the top there, and the pipes here.
Yeah. People love it, don't they, when they drive past? Absolutely love it.
So I've got a breather coming off this rocker box cover into the tank, a breather off this rocker box cover. Now I've done something no one's done before.
Okay.
I've put an extra breather in the centre of the inlet manifold, which pulls the air out of the centre of the engine and into the tank.
Okay.
So trouble is, when you're running either a supercharger or a high compression engine, the piston rings never seal 100%. You never get 100% efficiency. What I mean by that, it's blow by. The compressed explode gas goes by the rings and into the sump.
Okay.
So at high RPM, you've got to get rid of it.
Okay, yeah.
You've got to get rid of it. So that catches it all in there. You get there's a drain cock at the bottom if there's any oil moisture.
All right, I can see that.
Sits in there. That sits in there.
Wow.
So yeah, but it took time.
Very impressive engine
to work out the reason I had with drag racing. It's 0 go.
Yeah. It's all or nothing essentially, isn't it? Yeah.
It's all or nothing. And the trouble you have with an engine, be any engine, is the oil.
Oh, okay.
oil wants to get out the engine as fast as possible.
Wow.
It's climbing up the back of the engine, and it's pushing all the gaskets, like the rocker cover gaskets, to the limit, because you're under full acceleration, the engine RPM's right up, the oil's up.
Does it rev up to 7,500 RPM?
Yeah, this bounces off the rev limiter at 7,500.
Wow.
Yeah, it bounces off the limiter at that.
That's nuts.
I've had to do a mod, which I think is a bit unique, is on the back of the engine.
Do you want to bring around and show us?
I could never, ever get the valve covers to seal at the back.
Okay.
Always used to push oil out the gaskets.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that a lot of oil is in the covers.
Yeah.
Now, what I've got on the cylinder heads, I've drilled a hole and I've ported it, and I've got a fitting. I actually run the oil down to the sump from the back of the heads to get rid of it, to stop the oil from stacking up. So it has got original drain holes.
Okay, yeah.
But it's not enough. Not enough. So I've actually put another one in the back of the head. So you bored
into it?
Yeah, into the back.
Essentially. Yeah.
And run it down to the sump.
Wow.
And this could be seen a bit clearer on this side, I think.
Yeah, just bring around, Liam, and just show the audience down here, look.
There's a silver braided pipe there.
Yeah.
Coming down, and it goes to the bottom of the sump. Yeah. And that's just.
And then you've got your massive exhaust hanging off either side as well.
Yeah, they're over rail.
Absolutely nuts. Just bring it around, look, Liam. Just show the audience. Look at that. Massive exhaust. What was it? What's the diameter?
That's 4" at the collector.
Jesus.
Yeah, 4" at the collector.
It is a beast.
Yeah.
Absolute monster.
Yeah.
Are these the wheels you'd normally run when you're actually running?
Yes.
Yeah, and obviously you got your drag tyres normally at the back.
Got slicks. Slicks for racing, but yeah, these are for track and for road. Yeah. But these are Mickey Thompson Sportsman tyres. Now, what's the difference between these and a road tyre is the high speed rated.
Yeah. And got some meaty treads.
Got some meaty treads, and a bit like a trailer tyre. They've got a lot of sidewall ply.
Yeah.
So
got some strength in them.
Got some strength in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So high speed and lots of strength.
That's fantastic.
Now this car can actually lift the front wheels clean off the ground, and when it comes back down.
Yeah, I've seen her. She's been up here a couple of times.
You don't want a tyre blowing out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excessive load.
Yeah, it's dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Extremely dangerous.
Now, the car from the front
around
is a straight tube gasser.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, all about weight.
Yeah.
Just enough to get 2 wheels at the front. So basically, it's a tube going across, kingpins, spindles, wheels, and brakes.
Wow.
No fancy independent front suspension.
No.
It's on leaf springs.
It's all weight reduction.
It's weight reduction. It's just enough.
All weight reduction
to do a job.
Absolutely. To get it from point A to point B.
That's it.
In a certain period of time.
Yeah, in a certain period of time.
Yeah. Wow. What have you managed to run her in?
It clicks off, and which I've got a trophy for. It clicks off 10.2s all day long. You always have goals with racing. I want to tip it into the 9s, and I don't think it's far away from that. It's just
wow, that's incredible.
And that's street driven.
That's really good.
Yeah, street driven.
That's amazing.
So that's the engine.
Right, so we're going to now talk about what's inside the motor. Now, can you explain to us, Simon, and the audience what we're actually looking at here? Because there's a lot going off inside the car.
Yeah, there is a hell of a lot going on in the car. So let's start maybe with the dashboard.
Yeah.
Here. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now the dashboard is brought out of the car, as you can see. It's forward.
Yeah.
And that is for a reason. I brought that out so when I'm strapped in this chair, I can still reach and work.
Because you will be pulled back into the harness properly.
Yeah, it's a 6-point harness, and when you're in this Kirky seat, you're in.
Well and truly.
Yeah, you are part of the vehicle.
Become part of the seat. Yeah.
So everything is touchable.
Okay.
Yeah. Right, let's go through it. Now what we got here On this side,
Yeah.
this is the dead man switch. When that is off,
yeah,
everything is off. It cuts everything out.
Okay.
No electricity anywhere. Now, as you notice,
That's also it's like a safety feature, isn't it?
It is a
During
safety
fire,
feature. Yes, indeed.
Issue.
There's a cable here,
Mm-hmm.
and out on the front scuttle,
Okay.
there's a red knob like this. So the marshal can disable the electricity, so it's cut. If it's on its side running, you pull it, it's cut off. If I can't reach it for some situation.
Okay, yeah.
So it's
case of a serious accident.
Yes, indeed. You never want to go there, but it's there.
Fantastic.
So that's it off there.
Okay.
The start is a switch here, just like a normal standard
on-off switch.
On-off switch, just for starting. Now the shifter, it's a ratchet shifter.
Yeah.
Now the gearbox is a reverse pattern 3-speed C6. Now what I mean by that is no automation in the gearbox.
Okay.
I tell it what to do and when.
Okay.
So I put it into first.
Yeah.
I drive along, and then pull it again, and it goes back, and that'll be second. Pull it again and back, and that'll be third. Yeah. It springs back on its own accord, so it just go bang, bang. So never miss a gear shift.
No.
Steering wheel is quick release.
Yeah.
For one reason, I'm going out quick. So press a button. Press a button there, comes off the splines, hang it up, get out quick, undo the harness quick with a quick release. So fast out.
Yeah.
Right, rev counter. I've set my own red line at 7,000.
Yeah. It revs up to 7.5.
It goes up to 7.5. I've just got 500 RPM.
Yeah.
As a safety factor. I change gear at 7,000 when racing. Below the dashboard, ignition amplifier, MSD 66AL. That gives a tremendous high kick to the ignition core, big fat spark. Okay. Which it needs due to the high compression. Under the amplifier, we've got a two-step, MSD two-step, and an adjustable rev limiter control. Now that is for the launch. The transmission is running a trans brake. Now what that means is a switch here on the steering wheel. Yeah. When I come into stage, and I've got two flashing white lights, I come in, one goes full white, the second one goes full white. Yep. Okay, I press that, let go of the foot brake, bury the throttle. Yeah. And it cuts in to this here, this second RPM switch. Yeah. And it will run up to whatever I set it to. And this is 4,000 RPM. Yeah. And it just goes no further than that. And as soon as it goes green, off. Yeah, and then you're off down the track. You're off down the track. Yeah. So that's the trans brake switch. Okay. This here is set at 7,000. This glows red, so I know when to pull a gear. This is a shift light. Okay. So it's just basically all for racing in here. Yeah, everything's designed for a specific purpose only. We've got the road legal indicators. We've got the because lights. It is road legal. And we've got the dip switch down there. The switches on the top are the main ones. We've got the fuel, fan override, ignition, water pump. The water pump's electric. And, and that kicks in with the fan. Downstairs here, we've got a horn, we've got the wipers, we've got the wash. And on the road, it has exhaust. They're not fitted today, but it's got traps where I can open and shut the exhaust. Oh, okay, that's interesting. How come? What's that? What's the mechanism behind that? Well, what it is, it's basically a stepper motor. Okay. On a Venturi that opens and shuts. So I can open it. It just lets the exhaust gases straight out, down, onto the road. Shut, they go through the exhaust pipe. So I've got quiet and noisy. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, but I was racing it only a couple of weeks ago. I haven't fitted the exhaust back. I haven't got round to fitting the valves or the exhaust. So it's just as is at the minute. Yeah, very noisy. Very noisy. Very noisy girl. Noisy. Yeah. The two knobs on here. This one here, extinguisher. We've got an inbuilt extinguisher system. Yep. With a nozzle here for me, a nozzle there for the battery, and then two nozzles facing the carburetors in case we've got a fire at the front, we need to put it out. Yep. Now that can be controlled by me, or
the marshal himself.
Yeah, there's another one of these outside.
Just on the front and
for him to
where
pull
the
in.
bonnet is.
And that pulls in that blue bottle there,
Mm.
and it'll empty that bottle, obviously, get the fire out. All the steel floor's been removed, and now we're running aluminium plate for weight loss.
Yeah.
And a racing Kirky seat. Now this seat here is just for a passenger stroke wife when we go to a local show, which will be very local.
Yeah. with the fuel
4 miles to the gallon makes it local.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
was it 3 miles?
Yeah,
Sorry,
about 3 to 4 miles to the gallon. If you don't lever it, if it just
that's insane.
Just tick
just
it over.
drinks and drinks.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to sweep nearly 9 litres into economical racket.
You're not joking.
No,
wow.
you just can't
Absolutely
do it.
Not.
So we've got a CGS roll cage, which is up to regs, all the way through and out the back.
Do you want to just show the audience what's out of the back here?
Yeah,
if you can.
Can
you bring around? Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got spare tyres.
Yeah, that's a slick. I had to take the other one. I normally keep them in the car, but having the seat put in, I've had to take one slick out.
Oh, yeah, because it's in the garage,
just a bit of room.
Yeah.
But, normally carry the slicks in the back when it's been transported.
That's mental.
Plexiglass rear window.
Okay, yeah.
And side glass.
In case you have an accident or whatever.
Yeah, proper laminated screen at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, due for road legalities.
Yeah.
So right.
You got your battery down there and your fire extinguisher.
The battery down there in a sealed box.
Mm-hmm.
So no situation of acid running about if a situation happened. It went on its side.
What's the wattage on those batteries? I bet it's quite a
well,
watt.
You say that. It's a high, about 560 cranky amps, but the starter motor is a reduction starter motor due to the compression so high. It's a planetary gear in it, and when it starts, you can hear a high RPM buzz out the motor, starter motor, and it kicks into the ring gear.
Okay.
So so basically it doesn't throttle the battery hard. It doesn't lose the amps so quick. So a reduction starter motor. It runs alternator.
Yeah.
It's got its own charging system.
Wow.
Back to the dashboard deal. We've got this knob here.
Yeah.
Now that is my oil prime. That oil pump that we mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I can pull a valve in.
Yep.
And I can set the electric oil pump off, and it will direct oil into the engine and get oil pressure.
Oh, readings on the front here.
On the front here, without even the engine running.
Oh, okay.
So I can get all the oil primed. Mm-hmm. So when I do a start,
fire up,
I'm not doing a dry start.
No, you've already got lubricant.
Oil's in the crank, it's in the bearings, everywhere it should be.
Yeah.
It's there, and then I can start it up. I'd always do that, like on the first run before I start racing.
Mm-hmm.
Once oil's been around, it takes a long time to drain off. But I've got that many oil pipes on the car, oil cooler. Slowly, all goes back into the sump.
Mm-hmm.
So that just eliminates a dry start.
Yeah.
So so the gearbox is a C6, which is the original gearbox.
The truck motor. Yeah.
But all the internals are Broader Speed Racing from America.
Okay.
And what's in there is a manual valve body we mentioned earlier, reverse pattern with a trans brake. A trans brake, what it does, it locks. I'm in first gear coming to the lights.
Yeah.
I press the button, so first gear's in. But what it does as well, it puts reverse in.
Okay, yeah.
It binds the box.
They go together, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It locks the box up.
Okay.
Now the torque converter has a maximum stall of 6,000 RPM.
Mm-hmm.
So I can set on here where I want my stall to be.
Yeah.
So I'm running at the minute at 4,500. And when I let go of that, it all goes through the prop shaft. That's it.
Okay.
In the box itself, it's got big clutch drums with multi-plates, very heavy duty. So from there, we've got a prop shaft that's industrial strength, thick walled tube to take the horsepower. There's a prop catcher just behind the gearbox in case if a UJ went, it ain't going to say hello to me in the cab.
Oh, that's not what you need, is it?
That's not what you need.
That's not what you need at all.
Right, so
that's fantastic.
The prop shaft is to the axle. Now the axle is a Ford axle, Ford 9-inch, which is the axle of choice for many racers.
Yep.
Because you can take out the differential on a ring of bolts and take it out. It's not built in the axle like a Chevy is.
Yeah.
And that is on a spool. Now a spool is where the two drive shafts come in into the centre.
Yep.
The spline to spline. Basically, it's a coupler.
Okay.
They're both locked together. Then your ring gear is on that coupler. So basically, there's no differential.
No.
When you go around a corner, you can hear a tyre chirping because one's trying to go more than the other.
Okay.
But what that does, it gives you, when you're coming off the start, it gives you straightness. If you're pointing straight,
you're
going
that direction.
You're going that direction.
Yeah.
The front wheels are off the air, so you're steering on the back axle. As long as your car's going straight, both wheels are going at the same speed.
Does she sometimes try and go either way?
Yeah, well, before I had the spool, I had some very, very scary moments.
Oh, I can imagine.
Using the trans brake, I had what we call a true track. Now, it's a differential, a quality differential, but the cogs are changed, the spiral cogs.
Okay.
And they take up to 750 horsepower. But I'm pushing more than that. And what it did, I went up in the air, out the hole, and it went right.
That's not what you need.
And I nearly went over the wall.
Oh, wow. That frightened you a little bit.
The launch was good, but then it
decided to I'm going to go off this way instead. Sorry.
Because it couldn't hold the power, so one wheel was going faster than the other, so it steered on the back axle and turned the car mid-flight with the front end up.
That's scary.
I thought,
let's not do that one again.
It's time to go to spool.
It's changed this one.
So it's a lot safer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker. Yeah. The crowd don't like it because it's not as dramatic as it was before.
Well, it's safer.
It's all about
it's safer, isn't
it's safer. It's all about being safe, and it's a lot safer race. A lot safer. So yes, the axle again, like I say, 9-inch, but the half shafts are as thick as your wrist. They are massive
monsters.
Shafts. Yeah, I had the axle built to pro mod specs, and I said to the guy, Jeff Hauser, who builds axles at Kettering, when I came to spec it, I says, I don't want to break it, Jeff.
No.
I said, we'll build it pro mod spec.
Yeah.
And that is just big everything. This is the best bit. I love this.
Yeah.
It says, what engine are you running? I says, I've got a stroked out 460 about 530. This is well, you can get two of them from crank to crank, and he wouldn't snap this axle. I says, that's what I want here.
Yeah.
So we've got a really good strong axle.
Oh, fantastic.
Now we're racing last year, and it was the first year on the trans brake. It came out the hole that hard and nearly tipped over.
Oh, Jesus.
So now when we're racing, I've got wheelie bars.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah. There's wheelie bars, the control, the height of the vehicle. You still wheelie, but you're on a controlled height. Because going up ain't going forward. So if you can curtail it to go straight. And it's,
you can see where you're going a lot better as well. It's a lot safer.
When you're looking at the moon and the stars.
It's a bit like, which way, which direction am I facing?
Yeah, well, I know the plough's over there, but I think I want to be here. But
that's brilliant. Oh dear.
Right, well, I'll show you the boot as I've got the bonnet, the boot.
Just out of curiosity, Sam, do you show the audience actually are starting up? Would you appreciate? I'd appreciate that. That'd be fantastic.
We can. I'll clamber in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we'll clamber in. Right, okay. I'll give you a show and a chat of how we started up. So, okay. First of all, steering wheel. Get the steering wheel on.
That's locked in.
That's locked in.
Amazing.
All locked in. Right, first of all, we've got switches on here at the top.
Yeah.
So before I put in the fuel, the fan, the ignition, the water pump, I'm going to switch on this.
Yep.
The red light tells me I am in neutral or park. There's a micro switch down here. As you haven't got much time to see where you are, I like to know where I am. So with that shifter forwards, it's in park. Okay, so it's safe to start.
Yep.
Now, I can't start it in the gear because there's an override. So if it was in first gear and I tried to start, it would not start. It'll just
cut out straight away.
Yeah, so I can't start it in gear. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to prime the oil in the engine.
Okay.
Okay, so I pull out this lever, and this pressure gauge will start to come up in a minute once all the oil's coming in and going around, going through the engine. Here it is, you can hear the pump.
I can hear it whirring.
You can hear it whirring?
Yeah, I can hear the whirring.
I've got 40 psi just on an electric pump there.
Okay.
So that's released. That's back to normal starting now. Right, so.
It's like starting up a fighter jet, isn't it?
Yeah, it is in a way. It is in a way, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I'm going to put the fuel pumps on.
Yep.
Then I'm going to put the electric water pump on.
Yep.
Then I'm going to put in the ignition. Now we're ready to start. So
here we go.
Start.
Fire up. Let's her up. Oh wow. Oh, hello. Didn't like that one. Oh, there we go. Right, so now, Sam, we're just going to quickly explain the fuel tank itself. So what you're running currently?
Right, okay. So we've got a proper race tank, plastic, foam filled.
Yep.
It takes about 30 litres of fuel.
And
the fuel is C16 VP. VP is the manufacturer, American manufacturer.
Yeah.
And it's 120 octane, leaded.
Yeah.
Now, it's an old school engine.
And
it needs old school fuel with
Yeah.
lead. With that octane,
Yeah.
I've got a lot of ignition in the engine.
Yeah.
More responsive. So, the fuel tank sits in the middle. Nice weight distribution each side.
Yeah.
Boot floor. All aluminium panel there.
Nice and light, weight reduction.
So yeah, just sits there.
That's fantastic.
I get 2 runs out of it. Yeah, for the 30 litres. On the road, it's just about 1/4 of a gallon, but in racing conditions.
Yeah, I think you only get 2 runs, and that's about it. That's literally it. But this fuel would knacker any normal motor, wouldn't it? Basically. Yeah.
With the lead content, it'll knacker all your oxygen sensors.
Yeah. So it's only for racing, and that's it. Yeah. So, well, explain the livery. The livery is amazing. So you got Frankenstein written down the side of your car.
Yeah.
Where'd that all come from initially?
Well, we'll put the boot lid on.
Yeah, and we'll just have a look. Have a good look. All pins, is it holding by pins?
Just grab that.
I can indeed.
Yeah.
She's still got a bit of weight to her, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Got your fingers?
Yeah.
And then it's... And the clip's in. Hit that. There you go, that's it, innit? Yeah, that's it. Sweet. Fantastic.
Yeah, okay, so the whole context of the car, where I want it to be, is as it's a 57 Chevy, I want to keep it in the style like it was just found.
Like a garage, like a barn find almost. Yeah.
States.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it last raced in 1970 and then just got shoved away.
Yeah.
That's the whole.
Bit of a Hoods and Hornets sort of style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, try keeping that like racing in the 60s, late 60s. So, my own company, Voss Power Racing.
Yeah.
It's done in a psychedelic type electro scheme. One of the sponsors, New at Liberty.
Okay. So we come down the side. If you just come down the side, we've got all these stickers.
Yes.
These are all based on, like you say, the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
That's right. And the sunlight is all fading away. Just to give it that period. Like we've got full circle piston rings here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's faded away.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It's really nice. And obviously, you've got Frankenstein written on the side there as well.
Yeah, because it's a monster. And
it is a monster of a car.
Out of other parts.
Yeah.
It's a Chevrolet car, but Ford axle, Ford gearbox, Ford engine.
Yeah, composed of all different vehicles, essentially. Yeah.
All different vehicles.
That's amazing. Oh, that's really good.
Now, the NHRA National Champion 69, I like that. I was reading the Gasser book, and there's a Mustang in 69 with that written on. I thought, I like that. I want it on the back of this.
Yeah.
Just to give it that feel.
It does. It looks amazing. It looks really nice.
And reading some Chevrolet books.
Yeah.
Tampa in Florida.
Okay.
had a revolving circular sign
Mm.
with Chevrolet
Written on it.
Yes, in different colours.
That's cool.
Tampa Chevrolet dealers in Florida.
Yeah.
I thought, I like that. So I thought,
The aesthetic looks amazing.
yeah. So I thought,
it's different.
have that
Completely different.
in the Chevy bow tie
style.
It
gives it the retro look, doesn't it? From the time period. Time
period. And the later Chevys, the Impalas, on the side of the wings had 2 cross flags.
Okay. Yeah, your old school flags. Yeah, checkered flags.
Checkered flags. And I thought,
that's amazing.
Yeah, I love them. Now, my sign writer.
Yeah.
I says, I'll pull all this together. So do the bow tie Chevy box around the letters, but also kind of pinstripe across.
Oh yeah, all leading up to your checkered flags.
Yeah.
So it's all as a one.
All as a one.
Yeah.
And then I thought, right, I'm going to do something that only certain people
have done.
And that's power by Super Cobra Jet.
Yeah.
Now, Super Cobra Jet, Ford people would know that. That is, Super Cobra Jet was a Mustang, a Galaxy. It was the state of the engine tune. You had your standard engine, then you could have a Super Cobra or Super Cobra Jet.
Yeah.
So I thought, put that on.
Yeah.
With a plane.
And
then pull it in with the bow tie.
Yeah, and it all sort of lines up nicely.
Goes through.
Yeah, it's fluid, isn't it? It looks amazing, brother.
So we've got a misspelt Frankenstein.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's for a reason.
Sounds daft. Where is it misspelt? Because obviously I'm not.
The I in the E.
The I in the E. Oh, okay. That's all the way around.
Yeah, all the way around.
And what's the story behind that?
Yeah, the reason for that is just in case someone's got some hold on the name.
Ah, right. Okay, Roger. I understand that now. Yeah.
Had a car in the States, I think it was Fairlane, and they wrapped it in Coca-Cola can livery. Yeah,
like it's sort of got that. Yeah.
And he got sued by Coca-Cola.
Oh,
because he didn't ask Coca-Cola for this to happen to his car.
Oh right. Oh God.
I thought, I don't want to actually.
No.
Do it like
you don't want a lawsuit against you. It's not worth it, is it? It is not worth it over a livery. It just ain't worth it, is it?
So we got here on the side, we got old stickers, 1966 Bakersfield Championships. This car could have run at.
Yeah.
Indianapolis Nationals,
wow.
1970, 69 International National. Just to keep the theatre of it to look like it was an old drag car.
Yeah.
Many people come to me and say, wow, Survivor.
Well, thank you very much for having us on the Hostile Takeover channel today. It's been an absolute pleasure to see you. Finally, because obviously I spoke to Tony years and years ago at my old company, and I remember him talking to him about this very motor, and finally get to see her as she is. So it's been an amazing day. So thank you very much for having us, sir.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And tap the notification bell for more Hostile Takeover content. Till next time. Goodbye, guys.